So here is our workbook for exercise 2-1. So here on each row, you'll see the name of a national park. Okay, and we have a number of national parks here. And then over here on each column, you have a year. So we start from 2004 to 2011. So basically, the data on this spreadsheet shows us the number of visitors to the national parks for a given year. I'm going to start by clicking on this cell, and this is J3, and I'm going to enter a heading for this column. So I'm going to put it here in the middle. Okay, so I'm going to align it in the middle, and now that's better. So we're going to use a Excel function called sum, and the first thing you do is you type the equal sign, and then you type SUM, and as you can see, there's a drop-down list, and you can actually select it from there if you want, but I'm just going to type it. And then the list of arguments, you have to enter an open parenthesis, and now you can enter B3 because that's the starting cell, colon. Okay, so B3 colon, and then the ending cell of the range is I3. Okay, and as I type, you can see that the range has also been highlighted so that it gives me a way to check that I did enter the correct range reference, and that's fine. So I'm going to put close parenthesis, and that is my formula. So I press enter. After I press enter, here is the result. It shows up as 74,028,000. Instead of entering this formula over and over again for all the national parks, I'm going to click on J3. I'm going to point my cursor to this black square, or if you're on the Mac, it's a blue square, here on the lower right-hand corner. And the cursor now changes into a solid black cross. When it turns into the solid black cross, you're ready to click on it, and you can drag it all the way to row 31. And now we have quickly filled in the formulas for all the other cells. So we've got all the grand total visitors to all the national parks. And now down here, we're also going to add a grand total. So I'm going to type grand total. Same idea, but this time we're going to enter the totals for each year. So we're going to start with 2004. So 2004, the starting cell is B3, and the ending cell is B31. Okay, so I'm going to remember that. So I'm going to say equal sum, B3 colon B31, enter. Okay, and now we've got a little green triangle here, and it's just alerting us to some potential error, but our formula is correct. We do want to add B3 colon B31. Now, the reason Excel thinks there's an error is because B2 is also a number, and it's just trying to warn us that we may have forgotten to include B2. But B2 for us is a year, and it's not really a number. So we're just going to ignore this green triangle, and we can make it go away later. So same idea. You point to this blue square or black square if you're on a PC. Change into a solid crosshair. So you drag it all the way to column J, and that fills in all the rest of them. And if you want to remove that green triangle, you can just click on this yellow exclamation point here on the left hand side and just say ignore error. Okay, and now those green triangles are gone. Now, the next part of the exercise, we're going to use three other functions called average, max, and min. And I'm going to show you average here. So earlier we entered the grand totals. So now we're going to enter the average number of visitors for each park and for each year. I'm going to type average. Now, function names in Excel are not case sensitive, but the convention is to enter function names in uppercase. So I'm going to do that. Okay, cell references are also entered in uppercase. So B3 colon B31. Okay, so next we're going to find out what was the highest number of visitors to any park, as well as the lowest number of visitors to any park for a given year. So we're going to use a function here called max. Okay, and again, our starting cell is B3 and ending cell is B31. And the lowest number of visitors, we're going to use a function called min, B3, B31. We've got these green triangles here again. We're going to remove them later. For now, I'm just going to select all these 3 cells, and then I'm ready to drag it all the way. I'm going to click on this exclamation point and click ignore error. And now all those green triangles have magically gone away. Okay, now there's one more column we need to add, and that will be the last formula we're going to include here. So I click here on column K. Okay, that's column K. And what we want to know is what was the percentage of increase or decrease in the number of visitors from year 2004 to 2011. So we're going to call this column, we're going to name it percent change. And what we want is, we're going to do I3, because that's the number of visitors for the last year that we have, minus, okay, and then I'm going to put here a close parenthesis, divided by B3. Okay, so we want to know the percentage of increase or decrease in number of visitors to the Great Smoky Mountains National Park from 2011 compared to 2004. So now you press enter. Okay, and you can see that it's the answer is negative 0.02. And I'm going to once again copy this formula to the other cells by dragging on this box on the lower right hand corner. I'm going to drag it all the way here. Okay, I'm going to select all of them, and up here there's a shortcut button that lets you quickly format the cells as a percentage. So I'm going to click this. Okay, and we're going to leave it like this for now. So this is the first part of the exercise. What we did was we added the grand totals, percent change here on column J and K, and down here, row 32, we added a grand total number of visitors for each year. And row 33, we added the average number of visitors for each park per year. And we got the highest and lowest number of visitors from all parks for every year.